right, we're ready to go. Let's start up the stream timer here. There it is. All right, cool. Let's start up Tarkov. So we're gonna be playing some Tarkov today. This is gonna be a little bit of an experimental stream in a couple different ways. This is meant to just be kind of chill today. We're gonna play some Tarkov. We're gonna have fun, and that's what we're gonna do. But this is also a test. I would like to stream every day eventually. I normally stream 4 times a week, and this will be the first time I'm streaming on a Monday. So I'll give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be a normal stream day for me. We'll see. It's going to be kind of a shorter stream just to like test things out. So it's going to be like 2-3 hours maybe, and we'll go from there. Unless I'm having way too much fun, then we might go longer. But that's the game plan for now. And the other element that's going to be kind of testing things out, I'm going to get into once we actually get into the game a little bit. But I saw this video. I heard about it through the grapevine of the Escape from Tarkov community. And it was a video that somebody put out about 4 days ago that talks about how the sights work in the game and how the lasers work in the game and how they're kind of bugged. I've kind of always known this, but I didn't know how bad it was. And watching that video and seeing the demonstration, it's very clear how bad it is. So let's go over the capture here. So we're going to be trying some things out. First off, I made a list of all the ones that are the really bad ones. So some sites are bad, some aren't. So I wrote down the list of the ones that are the real problems. Some of these I don't really use anyway, but some of them, you know, I didn't really know this about. And the interesting thing about it is it's not linked to like how expensive the site is or how nice it's supposed to be. Actually, some of the more expensive sites are the ones that are a problem. So I wrote down a list of which ones are the bad ones. I already went through my inventory and I sold all of them. So I have a decent amount of cash from that. The other thing that I did was I changed the FOV. So just to go over that really quickly. In game, I was at 75 FOV. The default's 50. And a lot of the things in the game work at its best if you're at that FOV, but there's some problems with that. First off, I suffer from motion sickness, so I really hope this doesn't cause me to be sick at this low of an FOV. I don't really have a problem at 75, but 50 might be too low, so I have to see. I won't really know until I'm done. The way my motion sickness oftentimes comes in is I'll play for a couple hours and it won't really hit me until I stop playing, and then I feel like I'm really sick and horrible. So hopefully it's not a problem. We'll see. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a demonstration in case you aren't really familiar with what's going on here. So, I already have my guy loaded out. Actually, I should grab a bag real quick. But I'm more or less loaded out for a run. I have an M4, and this has both a laser on it and a red dot sight. Now, this is one of the red dot sights that works well. So I can demonstrate really easily what the problem is. So let me just do that really quick, just so you guys can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So if you're not familiar with this problem, then you can kind of get an idea for it. So we're going to go in, just so that we don't have to worry about anything, I'm going to go into offline mode. And we're not going to have any enemies. So I can just sit here and show you what the sights look like. And then we can leave whenever we want. All right, so we're going to queue up here. And this is just going to demonstrate kind of what the problem is, in particular with the lasers, because the red dot sights, it's dependent upon which red dot sight it is. So I'm not going to be using the ones that are the bad ones, but you can see how the lasers just don't work at 75 FOV. And, you know, I've played 75 FOV pretty much all of my hours, and I put, I don't know how many hours into this, but it's been hundreds of hours have been at 75 FOV, and this problem has probably existed all of the time that I've played, and I never really knew it 100%. Like, one of the things that he mentioned in this video, and I did link the video in my Discord, so if you're curious of what video it is, I linked it in my Discord for those of you that are curious, although I put it in the cabana, so you have to be a little bit more of a member. All right, so the important thing here is we point the laser at a wall. You guys can see the little dot there, right? When I put my sight up, you see the red dot and the green dot are almost on top of each other, right? They're pretty much in the same space. And if I move around, that doesn't really change. Right? Doesn't change. let's put it on the settings, go to the 75 FOV, save that. Okay, resume. Okay, same distance. Okay, notice how they're drifting apart from each other? At times, they're together, but as I move around, you see it wibble wobbles, the green dot separates from the red dot. Notice that it's not being consistent on where it is either. Sometimes it goes up to the right, sometimes it goes straight up, sometimes it goes up over to the left. It depends on how I'm moving my cursor around, but you see how it's moving around? The more you move around, the worse the laser is. And you never really see it. You see how the red dot is shifting dramatically away from where the laser is? Now, it will depend on how far away things are. There will be a little bit of deviation from that, but you see how it's wibble wobbling around? The more the motion is, the worse that laser is going to wibble wobble. It's like it's attached with a rubber band, right? That's the analogy the guy gave in the video. So it's not staying where it's supposed to. Those two dots should be on top of each other if it's at the proper range. And the fact that it's all over the place as I move. See how the red dot is kind of just circling around the laser? That's not how it should work. Now we do the same thing. We switch back to 50 FOV. We resume. I'm moving around. Notice how the red dot and the laser are just staying with each other the whole time. Now, there was a little bit of difference there because I'm closer. It's just that there's a little bit of difference in where the laser is. So as I get close, they'll separate, of course. But if it's the same distance, note how the laser and the red dot are staying together, but they weren't before. That's the problem. So the lasers on 75 FOV, they're bouncing around and all over the place. So if you're trying to use just your laser to sight in, the bullet's not going to impact where the laser is unless you're on 50 FOV. Let's put it on single fire. The shots are landing where my laser is. If that was on 75 FOV, I have no guarantee of that. So that's the problem, and as a result, we're going to be playing and trying out playing 50 FOV. Alright, so I think I've explained the guy in the video does a much better job of explaining a lot of the problems. Because some of the red dots have the same problem. There's drift as you move around that doesn't make any sense. So this site's a good site. As you move around, the red dot will stay roughly in the center of, it will stay in the center of your site and it won't really deviate. Some of the bad sites, and some of them are real bad, the red dot will go all over the place as you move, making it pretty much unusable. So that's pretty much what we're going to be a little bit experimenting with. We're going to try the 50 FOV. We're going to see how we feel about it. As far as I understand, the 75 FOV doesn't really affect the red dots. The red dots are just dependent on what red dot it is. But it does affect the lasers for sure, as we saw there. The laser was bobbing around. That's no good. We don't want that. Especially as it's separating away from its red dot, And if you don't want to watch the whole video, because he goes through every single red dot site and shows you, like, comparison-wise what they're like. If you don't really want to watch the whole thing, just skip to the end. He gives you a really good demonstration of why it's such a bad thing. Because he puts more than one site on there, and he puts a laser on there. Maybe more than one laser. And he has a site that's good and doesn't deviate, and he has a site that's really bad and deviates really badly. And then he moves around and he shows you how the two red dots don't line up. They're like way separated from each other depending on how you move. And that's the thing he says. Well, which thing is the thing I should be pointing at? Which is the thing that I should actually be aiming for when there's all of these deviations all over the place? That's the problem, You have a red dot. The red dot's supposed to tell you where you're supposed to be aiming, but it's really a lot of guesswork. So, yeah, we're going to be trying that out. So I just did a little disclaimer in case you guys are, either thinking about getting into the game or you are somebody that's played the game quite a bit like I have. I'm not one of the most experienced players, but I've played it quite a bit. I didn't know about this. I knew the lasers could be wonky, but I didn't know it was this bad. And I never really sat down and experimented with it. So it's good to kind of see that stuff. All right, now that we've got all that stuff out of the way, we're going to think about, like, where do we want to go? So I'm set out to go to customs, but we don't necessarily have to go customs. I could go a bunch of different places because I have a quest that pretty much I have to go every map out there. So I'm going to see what time we have. Not factory, because that's not going to tell me anything. Okay, so it looks like we're 8 p.m., 8 a.m. is our time frame. Now, which map I pick is going to be pretty important because it's going to determine, like, what things I bring. Let's see our tasks as well. So I think the one that I'm the most behind on is Shoreline, if I remember correctly. But I'm just gonna double check that. So this is peacekeeping mission. What you have to do is you have to wear UN armor, and helmet, and then you have to wear carry an M4. So it's very specific on what gear you have to have. And then you have to get 12 kills on Scabs on 4 different maps. So the one that I did last night and I got pretty progressed on was custom. So I'm the most ahead on that. The one I'm most behind on is Shoreline, and then I have 6 on the other 2 maps, Interchange and Woods. So yeah, Shoreline's the one I'm most behind on. So we'll gear up for that. So what would be the thing that I need to change? Really, all I need to change is my keys. Right now I have my keys set up for I have it set up for customs. So I have a couple different key tools and I have a docs case. This is my Shoreline docs case. So what I can do is I can remove this key tool in the wallet because the docs case can do both of those jobs. And then I have all the keys that I have that are relevant for Shoreline, and the docs case can also carry money and things. So that will do the same job that I was doing with the key tool and the money. And this way I can just go, oh, okay, I'm going to Shoreline, you know, grab the docs case. Oh, I'm going to customs, grab this key tool. Oh, I'm going to Woods or Interchange. Well, this key tool does both because I only have 1 key for each map. I have the Emercon key for Interchange, and I have the ZB14 key for Woods because neither place really has a ton of keys. Interchange has more keys, but I just don't really have very many of them because I haven't done much to really track them down. So, all right. That's going to be our setup. Let's get going on Shoreline. My gun's not really set up for it. I actually want to know how much I burned out this gun too, because I used it a lot on customs. Fired a lot of rounds. Okay, so it was at 100 before I used it. I got this gun entirely from doing a couple scav runs and bartering. So I bartered 3 CPUs and 3 CPU heat sinks, and you get an M4 with that barter. Then I was able to pick up the rail, the foregrip, the stock, all from a couple scav raids. Found them from weapon boxes, and I think the foregrip came on one of the weapons that my scav had. The things that I already had, I had the red dot, and I did have a pistol grip, but because what I do is if a gun does well for me, I reward it by upgrading it. So I did upgrade the pistol grip from what I had before, so I did do a trade for this. And then I also bought the muzzle device and the rubber grip pad for the stock. All right. Let's go ahead and go on Shoreline so we can maybe get ahead. I don't have magnified sights, so longer range engagement's going to be a little tougher. Maybe if we do well on this one, we could change out our sight setup or something, but for now, we have a 60 rounder in the gun, and then we have 3 30 rounders as backup. Oh, I need more ammo. I thought I had set that up, but I guess I didn't. I may have to buy ammo, actually. Where am I at? So I'm full up there. But did I run out of ammo? Let's see. Yeah, so I need to buy a little bit of ammo. Okay. So we'll just go to Peacekeeper. We'll go get his ammo. We want M995, which is the best ammo you can have for like $4. There it is. It was right next to the thing I was looking at. Yeah, so this is the best ammo you can have for anything that fires 5.56. So we'll buy 240 rounds just for the future, which is going to cost me $884. It's very expensive, but it is the best ammo. We'll put this one in there, and then we'll grab the ammo case and put the other ammo in that. That way, if we make it through and we have a future run, we just have the ammo ready to go. All right. So we're going to do 840 on Shoreline. A lot of players today. I really don't want a lot of player activity because that would actually be counter to what we want to do. The only thing I'm a little afraid of is if I go 8:40 p.m., it will be dark, like, very quickly, which will make it very difficult. I can't use night vision with this setup. The helmet doesn't let me. We really just have to pick a map and stick with it, and I think we're going to be in a tough spot no matter what we choose. So let's just see what the player population is here. on some of the different maps. So interchange, there's a few. Customs I expect to be very busy. And I don't think we're set up for wood, so I think really Shoreline is our best bet. So we're just going to have good luck here. All right. It is what it is. It seems like Shoreline's just as busy as Interchange. But we're more behind on Shoreline, so we'll go there. We're still going to go full auto, by the way, Leo. Because that's more fun. Spewing ammo that costs $4 a shot sounds like a good use of my money, right? Financially speaking, I'm in a good place, so I have no complaints there. Obviously, buying this ammo is a big problem, but what I've been doing is I've been kind of doing this rule where whenever I get a gun, I sell it to Peacekeeper for dollars. So I am, like, getting money from that. Most things cost rubles, so that's the currency you really want to have a lot of. But with this quest, I have a lot of expenditures in dollars. The armor cost me dollars to buy. The guns, if I buy them, cost dollars. The ammo costs dollars. A lot of the mods for M4s, unless you buy them from like the mechanic or someone else, is going to cost you dollars. So there's a lot of dollar investment, like the currency dollar investment in this quest in particular. But normally speaking, rubles is your catch-all. Rubles is going to be your thing that you have to spend in the most quantities. When you're buying something from the flea market, most people are going to be wanting rubles. There are exceptions to that, but most of the time the purchases are in rubles. You can turn rubles into dollars and euros if you want to. Granted, you do lose money on the exchange because there is kind of an exchange fee, I guess you could say. Just like if you went to exchange money, if you're a tourist in a country, you have to. There's a little bit of a percentage you pay for that exchange, on top of the loss that you have from the exchange rate. Yeah, that was like no time waiting there. So this might not go well. We might die. But if we die, we'll do a stress reliever afterwards, depending on, like, you know, what we have here. Like, I don't really have a ready trade for another M4. So I would have to buy one. So we're at 50 FOV. And the one thing I'll say right away is I feel slower when I'm running, even though I know that's not the case. And I don't know. We'll just have to see. Hopefully I don't have motion sickness as a result of having the FOV cranked up like, well, not cranked down? How do you describe a lower FOV? Would it be cranked up or cranked down? I guess cranked down. It's a narrower viewing angle. But it just feels like I'm walking, like I'm running through molasses. Like I feel slower. Yeah, cranked down. Yeah. So it's just kind of like a weird difference for me, because I've played 75 FOV so long. It just, like, I'm sure distances are going to be harder for me to judge as well, because of it. I was pretty good at figuring out, like, how many meters something was away, like, roughly speaking, just looking at it. But now I might struggle with that. I don't see the sniper scav. So that would be an easy kill for us if he was there. But Lassie is not there. Yeah, it's like your viewing angle. So it's 50-degree viewing angle, 75-degree viewing angle, what have you. This game has a really low FOV, like, comparatively speaking. Like, I know that Total Biscuit was big on FOV, and usually his thing that he would say is, like, the minimum for him was 90. You can't even get that high with this game. Like, 75 is as good as it gets, so it's very narrowed. And I think it's another one of those things where it's like the devs kind of do that. There's a purpose behind it. Like, they're forcefully, like, making it so your viewing angle is narrow, because they're wanting some kind of balance, I guess. So it's almost one of those things where you wonder, the laser's not working on 75 FOV. Is that, on purpose? We say it's a bug, but they're definitely giving people that run 50 FOV an advantage with their sights and their lasers, right? That's funny. So Leo said it's making you feel like you're wearing a balaclava, and yes, that's funny to say that. All right, I'm a little worried. Where I'd normally go if there wasn't a lot of players is I'd go to the terminal and I'd try and kill scabs, but we know there's a lot of players on this map, and they're more than likely going to come to the resort, and I'm like right by the resort on a path that you would take to get to the resort. So I'm a little worried we may run into players here. Or if we don't run into players, just being here, they'll come to me because I'm not far from the resort, you know what I mean? So we may have to, like, fire and run. Like, get a kill or two. But the terminal is one of those places that's pretty reliable. Usually doesn't let me down on giving me at least one scav. Like that sniper scab, not very reliable. You know, it's there sometimes, not there a lot of times. Especially that one. I have had a lot of matches recently where he's just not there. I don't know if he will spawn later. Typically, I don't feel like the sniper scabs spawn later, though. I feel like they're either there or they're not. And where I spawn, there's no way somebody beat me to him and kill... see? Speak the devil. That is probably a scav. Feel like we just missed a bunch there. That's a scav. There's no way he would just sit there and let me shoot at him like that. I had my sights dialed to 50 meters, which may be why we missed a lot. You know, I don't know about the mouse sensitivity. Mouse sensitivity is not normally something I notice a lot. I'm not like a big mouse sensitivity guy. I usually don't have it very high. Like, I would say I have it like... I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but... There's a dude. We need to get the kill here. Because there's already somebody close to me. We got a kill. I don't think we're going to see another one. I say we just run here. Because I don't want a player finding me and killing me. It may happen anyway, but we gave away our position. And I'd like to not die. So I'm going to just hide in this bush. Hopefully I am not seen. Because that would be a shame. I feel like it may be easier to actually see what I'm doing, though, because with the narrower angle, things will appear bigger. So I actually may have an easier time aiming. Granted, I don't feel like I took my time with those shots, because I was hitting them in the gut a lot. Just gonna check up here in case there's somebody, like, here looking to snipe. But there's a high chance I get killed here. I know there's a player off to my right. I got a kill, so we accomplished something. So if I die, it won't be a complete loss. Quite passable. The guy was shooting at the scab we saw earlier down that hill. What I'm looking for here, there's a sniper scab that spawns on this roof. Is that him? Is he alive or dead? He looks... Shit. We just got shot in the head. That helmet just saved my life. We're running because I think that guy's to my left. And I don't want to die. I was just checking out the sniper scab. I think that's what the shot was. Somebody killed the sniper scab. I do have medicals, so we'll use that as we walk. This guy may chase after me. If he does, that's fine. We'll deal with it. But yeah, he popped me in the head. Thankfully, my helmet ricocheted it. Otherwise, I'd be very dead right now. Okay, we're all healed up. Yeah, very spicy over there. We're gonna go somewhere a little bit safer. Which I expected, kind of. But hey, we got a kill in a spot there's a guarantee to be a scav. I'm gonna check a couple other places I know there can be scavs. I really wish I had stamina right now, because I feel like I'm out in the open, but I don't know where else to run. I could go weather station because it's nearby. But there's a chance there's players there, so... maybe you'll hit that second. Okay. So if that guy was looking to kill me, I'm hoping I ran in a direction that he would not expect. But I followed the rule of mouse, right? The rule of mouse is, if somebody shoots you and you don't know where they are, you just run. Because trying to figure out where he is, when he has just shot you in the head, probably not the wisest move. Especially as I have the armor disadvantage. I am forced to wear crappy armor. And if that guy is highly kitted, that is a severe disadvantage for me. Okay. Kind of just running without a plan at the moment. We'll get a plan eventually. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Leo, on the, like a good example, and I don't know why it didn't affect me as much as when I was a kid. Like, I've always been affected by motion sickness to a certain degree. Like, if I play video games that cause me more of an issue, like, for example, Overwatch is a little bit of an issue at times, because it's a lot of motion and a lot of bright colors, a lot of stuff, and it just, like, it's a strain on me, right? I couldn't tell you what singular thing is the problem, but I can tell you for sure playing that game is a problem for me. At times. It's not all the time, but if I play it, the longer I play it, the more likely it's going to affect me. So it's certain games. And one game that I can tell you for a fact caused me a lot of problems is the Road Rash series. I had Road Rash 3 when I was a kid. And that game would make me, like, want to throw up. Like, and I watched people... There's, like, this remake of the Road Rage series recently. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Otherwise, I would tell you. But it's something similar to Road Rage. And I was watching a couple people play it. They were just doing, like a... you know, kind of a weekend mess-around stream. Or, I don't know if it was on the weekend, but it was just like a bunch of guys getting together and just messing around. And they were playing that game. And same thing. Like, same thing, same effect. It was like watching it for even just a few minutes. You know, I can't do that. I can't do that game. And again, I can't sit here and tell you what it is about it that makes me not feel good. It just... I could just point to the specific games. And being motion sick really is not good. Like, it feels real bad. Like, for me, if I get... Again, it depends on how long I am exposed to the thing. But let's say I play a game that can cause me motion sickness, and I play it for, I don't know, like 3-4 hours straight. When I'm done, like, I'll feel terrible. Like, it'll affect me for a few hours at minimum. It might affect me all night, depending on how sick it made me. So, and it's just not a good feeling. Sometimes there's a scab that kind of like goes around on this road by this tower. I don't know if he goes up in the tower. I've seen him do it like once. I'm not sure if this is a reliable spawn though, but I thought I'd check it. Sounds like most of the players are hanging out. How bad did it... So that definitely hit my helmet. He hit me in the... So he two-tapped me. He hit me in the chest. And he hit me in the helmet. Which the helmet deflected. Otherwise, I would have died. The chest... we did take a little bit of damage. I didn't really notice it too much. I don't know what he was shooting at me. If it was bad ammo, that might have been one of the reasons that we didn't die. If he had 995 like we had, probably would have killed me. Okay, they're not seeing a scab here. Really, honestly, there's only 2 places on this map that I consider to have reliable scab spawns. One we already checked. That was the bus terminal. It looked like there was only one. There could have been 2 or 3, but I could not stay there long. The other one would be the power station. There's almost always the sniper scab, but I believe that was the shots we were hearing. Somebody picked him off. The other, yeah, so those are the 2. Everywhere else, there's a chance of them spawning, but no guarantees. I feel like we need to go to the weather station now. I'm hoping there's enough time has passed where anyone that would be there would have left. I kind of wonder if we spawned in late, because I don't feel like as much time has passed, but maybe it has. Sometimes time flies in this game when you're having fun and talking. But yeah, we've been in the raid for, what was that, 14-ish minutes? Yeah, 14 minutes at this stage. You get an hour, I think, on this map. So anyone that would have just run to the weather station to loot it up probably has done that by now. And then there's a lot of fighting at the resort. I hear shots off in the distance. Could be gas station, but that sounded a little further away than gas station. So actually, I don't know. It's very faint. You guys probably don't hear it, but could be gas station, could be Scav Island, but definitely this like that direction. The way I'm looking. All right, I have it on full auto because the distances are going to be somewhat close. Again, the Scav spawns here are not reliable. But there's one. Let's switch to single shot because he's kind of far. Come on. F. Switching to full auto and getting up in his face. Where are you? I think he's behind the truck. Find out here in a second. Yeah, the laser worked well there. I'm just gonna grab some of this stuff. I'll grab the sugar. Alright, that's enough time out here. We'll go inside. Now, because that scab's there, I think we're pretty safe and oof, indoors, man, you don't have much to look at. We can be, I think, pretty safe in saying that, yes, it can. Zigzagging can help you. Oh, we were on the 30-round mag. That was almost a mistake. I actually dumped it. Thankfully, we ran out of ammo right at the perfect time. Okay, we got plenty of stuff to check in here. We'll get some loot. So we've got two kills. That's a start. Now, somebody may have heard my shots and will come running, so we can't spend too long. Euros, that's always nice to see. The one currency I don't have a lot of is euros because I dumped a lot of it to get a items case because you need euros. Whoa! Somebody just tried to snipe me through the window. That's bad. So we're pinned, which is really bad. F. And I didn't bring any grenades, so if this guy has grenades, we're in trouble. Oh, that was a scav. Holy moly, that scared the crap out of me. Is that a player scav? He has armor. Oh, I need this respirator. We'll see if we can put that in our lockbox. That's a quest item. Alright, I'm not as scared now. Because I think that was a player scav. Alright, let's top off our 60 rounder. And we're already done with our reserve of ammo. This respirator, I think, is important enough that we just dump our medicals. If we lose the medicals, it's not a big deal. Oh, he did pop us a little bit, huh? Yeah, a little bit in the chest. So our armor is taking a beating here. But that armor just saved my life, because that was a shotgun. He would have killed me if I didn't have armor. Without a doubt. Alright, let's reload so we have the proper mag in here. And it says it's full, so that's good. Might not be exactly full, but close enough. I kind of hesitate staying here, but I do have a quest to search. Customs key, so we can just shove that in our docks case because we have room. I'm gonna try and go somewhat fast here, but we do need to check all of these if we have the opportunity. So we've got 3 kills, right? Another key, we can stuff in there. Let's fold this just... environment. Another key. Keys are usually worth money, and they'll fit in my docks case, so might as well. I should make sure I'm full up on health. I am. I might have to sell this armor, because it's taken such a beating. My docks case is full now. B-phones, that's good. But I'm trying to get a quest. I have to level up my charisma. So the more I loot, the faster that will level up. Okay, one more filing cabinet and we're done. I'll tell you, indoors 50 FOV sucks, because when I went down the stairs, I could not see anything practically. It was like a mess. We'll put on the shades even though it looked terrible. Check his pockets in case he has something rare. He has condensed milk, which is indeed rare. Let's just, we'll dump this. It's milk. Alright, good find. I'm actually curious if that was a player scav or not, because I don't think the scavs will come up that, but maybe they did, for whatever reason, I don't know. Some apple juice, which I'll drink. I actually need the hydration. There's other things to loot out there, but I really don't want to stick around out in the open. We've been here a pretty long time. One more thing to check. We can dump this if we find something cool. Ibuprofen is a good find. I'm going to drop my normal painkillers. We'll drop this because it's used. That there, and put our... There we go. Okay, so we have to be prepared for more scavs. Okay, I'm getting greedy here. This is probably dumb what I'm doing, but... BP209. Throw that on there, because we can. Crap. Pineapple juice. I don't really have room for the pineapple juice, but you know what? We're gonna make room. That way if I get thirsty later. Alright. Let's get the F out of here. Let's switch back to single fire. Now the other place we want to check is this construction area. Now this is where I died last time. If you guys watched, I think that was Saturday's stream where we did the Shoreline raid. It was a really good raid, but then I got 2-tapped by a scab with a hunter, which, yeah, kind of not a great experience. It was one of those times when the bot aimbots you hard, in that I didn't even know he was there, and it was bam bam, you're dead. I blame Dootin because he was not covering me. Totally his fault. I've noticed this dynamic with Dootin is he waits until something kills me and then he revenges me. Which I'm glad he revenges me, that's good. The pier can have scabs as well. The other thing is, I'm hesitant to go down there. Although he did save my butt on Saturday when we were on interchange. Player got a drop on me because I was looking down a balcony and the guy was to my right. And because I wasn't looking in the right direction, I didn't know he was there. And he almost killed me. It was real close. And then Duden was able to finish him off. So I poke fun at Duden, but he is an asset to me, for sure. Yeah, so I'm hesitant to go down there because there could be scavs down there. Damn it. I'm going to go do it. I just am having flashbacks of death. Alright, we're going to cross the street and hope not to die. Jump. Jump. Give him a little bit of a harder target. Alright, there's no guarantees there'll be anything in here, but we're going to go full auto in case... You know what? Let's not go full auto, because every time I go full auto, I have a long-range engagement, and every time I go single fire, I have a short-range engagement. I kind of would rather have the semi-auto just in case the long range, because I can use semi-auto at closer ranges, but I really can't use full auto at long ranges. Would I ideally want full auto on close range engagements? Yes, of course. I get a feeling I'm going to get nothing from this area, but we'll check it. They usually hang around this gate. They'll walk around out on the road, and they'll patrol in and out of here. But it's usually like this gap, that gate. They'll kind of patrol back and forth this area. They'll dip in and out from behind the wall. But I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing. Which I kind of expected from my angle up on the hill. Looked like there wasn't anything. Oh well, we checked. That's one of the things about this game. Sometimes you get really lucky with the spawns and you get a whole bunch of scabs spawn in an area and you get a whole bunch of kills. And then sometimes you go through the whole map and you only find like 3 scabs on the whole damn map. It doesn't help if a player comes through and kills all the scabs, because yes, the scabs respawn, but it's at a kind of slow rate. So if they completely clean out an area, you really can't sit around and wait for it to replenish. It takes too long. So if somebody's cleaned out the gas station and the pier, even if there were a bunch of scabs there, they're gone now. And the respawn will only trickle in 1 or 2, too. It won't be like a massive wave, usually, typically speaking. Sometimes there's waves of scabs that can be a problem, but... Another problem we may have here is that a player may be camping this area as we try and get across, or we'll just get murdered, but I don't know if there's really anything I can do about that. That's just going to be what it is. We'll just try and keep our eyes open. Our eyes with blinders, because we're at 50 FOV. I don't think I'm really having too many motion sickness problems, but I don't really feel it until later, so kind of hard to say. I always see that sign and go, oh, that's a guy. Because it looks like a guy's head and shoulders at a distance, and if you're not like just seeing it from your periphery. I don't want to step out too far, but I may have to see what I'm looking at. We should probably look at the hill up top in case somebody is up there. Yeah, I don't see anybody in the gas station area proper, but they can go down this ramp and then just hang out. There's like a truck down here. Right there, that green truck. Scavs like to hang out around about that area. And it's kind of hard to see them until you're right on top of them. Because even though I'm up on the hill, if they're on the other side of that truck, I can't see them from here. Alright, we're gonna go rock and roll mode and see what we can do. I'm not sure I can jump this fence. I may have to go further down. Might be able to jump it here. There we go. That is a dead body? No, it's garbage. I always see that and go, is that a dead body? No, it's just a garbage bag or something. A tarp. Alright, so that's the spot. This green truck is usually the spot you run into scavs, but I don't see any. It can also be down the road, but I don't see any there either. Alright, we'll check the pier. First check this, see if there's a key here. No, okay. Oh, see him? F. I couldn't jump over the goddamn fence. I think so, Leo. I saw him and tried to jump over the fence so I could get closer in, and I bounced right off the damn fence. Oh well, we did all right. There's a chance my stuff doesn't get looted, but it's kind of out in the open. And somebody heard those shots, so they might check it. So the chance I get it back is kind of up in the air, depending on somebody goes to the pier or not. Some people ignore the pier, but they didn't really give me a whole lot of time to get out of that either. He killed me with a left arm. He had a hunter. He killed me with a left arm shot. I barely got hit. So he must have hit me in the arm like a couple times, and then that was it. So on this map, I've been running into a lot of hunters lately, and it's frustrating because they do so much damage and they punch through your armor like it's not there. If you have the level of armor I'm forced to wear. If I had gone over that wall, we would have been fine, but the fact that I hit the wall and bounced off of it, that's a jump you can make. But in a hurry, yeah, I didn't have the jump timed right, and oh well. It is what it is. It's just the ammo costs so much is the problem. And the fact that I only killed 3 scavs, I have 4 more to go, so I have to do at least 1 more run, maybe more. I do have insurance coming in, and I may get an M4 from that, but if I don't get an M4 from that, it's going to be a little bit trickier. So all I got out of that was a handful of keys, condensed milk, a respirator, which I did need for a quest, so that's some progress there. Skier is that quest. I was trying to think of who it was. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping. Hopefully they'll pass soon. So, 2 more for that one. That's a quest I'll eventually do. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. So we need to up our medicals here. So I lost a lot of my medicals because I took them out of my box to carry the more important items. I got a little bit of money, but that money is not really a lot of money, so it's not really like it's paying for anything. But better to have it than not. Euros. And then all these keys I got, they're for dorms, and they're keys I already have, not dorms, customs. And they're keys I already have, so we can sell all those. This is actually going to be my main source of profit. I don't think the 203 and 204 key is very rare, but the customs key is. So that will be a little bit of money. Okay, not too bad. We get about 17 grand there. Not the best haul in the world, but it will do. Okay, so let's get that insurance, see what it is. Because if I get an M4 out of that and the armor I need, I do have one thing armor. I got this off of Scav. He was wearing it. I don't have a helmet to go along with it because he wasn't wearing the helmet, but I just make room depending on what it is. So we want messenger, get. Aha. So this is the time I died. Actually, that's probably too late now. Move that down a little bit. There. That inside there. Put that in there. So that was the time I died on Shoreline with Newton. The guy popped me in the eye and instantly killed me. So my armor's in good condition, more or less. Yeah, I think he only hit that maybe once. Okay, so that's everything from that. So that's actually a very good thing there that I got that back. And that was a case where Newton saved my life. This is one of those sites that we need to sell because it's junk. If I am using the Hollow Sun site, I don't need a laser, so we can pull that off. I have a Hollow Sun site somewhere, so we're going to definitely be selling that. The armor I got is in better condition. As a matter of fact, it's not even been touched. So this I'll save for later. If I'm forced to repair it, I will, but until that time comes, we can put this. Oh, we have to sell this first. All right, let's do that. Okay, therapist. No, not therapist. Skier. I think this thing's like worth 13 grand or so. Yeah, about. All right. Put that over there. Actually, I want to check something real quick. This is why you insure stuff, because, you know, this saves me a lot of money, not having to rebuy this. We just have to reinsure it all. Put that back on. I'm going to insure this bag, because it's actually a good bag, and that's how I got it back in the first place. Okay, so I'm going to have to look through here and find a couple things, but shouldn't take long. We could do this site. I just have to check the ergonomics, because if the ergonomics drops too much, this site's actually a bad site to use. I think if it drops below 60, what will happen is I need to like modify this thing. So I'm gonna stick it here. I don't know if it's earned the right to get too many mods. But like, this site will give me some magnification. I'm worried about the ergonomics. Because it's at 64. When I put mags in it, it will be lower than that. And the time it takes to bring the sight to your eye drops dramatically once you drop below that 60 number. So, what is the weak man here? Probably the pistol grip. I think I did that more for aesthetic reasons than anything else. So, I've got plenty of grips. We'll grab this one. This is definitely going to be a better one. Okay, so where are we at now? We're at 67. Not really sure there's any place I can really improve that too much. Plus 7 I could improve, but that's not too bad. Yeah, there's a couple areas we could improve. Alternatively, we just go with the red dot that doesn't really hurt our ergonomics too much. But this would allow us to work on both woods and Shoreline and have that like longer range vision profile. We'd also have to put a laser on it, which would drop our ergonomics even more. Although I guess we don't have to. That's one of the things that's good about the Hollow Sun is it's not only just a red dot, it also comes with a laser. All right, well, I have to go through and find my mags. So I didn't put it in here. So it's probably just going to be in one of these random things. We'll just put that there for now. I think I have at least one more 60 rounder somewhere that I can use. But I do worry about using those because that's going to be where I run into the problem where the ergonomics is too bad. So what we could do is we could run 30 rounders and go to the woods and try and do long range sniping. Because this site will do that. We just have to be mindful of the ergonomics, and I think if we use normal mags, it'll be okay. Where the hell did I put my mags? I know I have... Yeah, there's a 60 rounder. And I know I have a 30 rounder somewhere. Where the hell did I put it? I may just have to buy some, because I honestly, I know I have one somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. Okay. We're also going to need this. Or something of the kind. Alright, so I need to buy 3 mags. And then, I don't know where I'm at with the ammo. If I'm just using 30 rounders, it might not be too bad. I need to buy 3 more of these. So we're just going to do filters item. What do you want? You want Dogtag. Screw you. I don't know why people are selling these for more than they're worth, because this is a level 1 item. I think, I'm fairly certain this is a level 1 item. And the only justification I'd have for selling this for more than it's worth is if it was an item that wasn't readily available to lower level people. But this is the lowest level magazine, so what are you doing? Nobody's going to buy it for $30. It's $22. I don't understand people sometimes. Alright. So we've got medicals. We've got our case, although we might want to go to woods instead. Yeah, I think we're going to woods, so let's switch out what we're carrying here. So we'll bring a wallet and our key tool that's for woods. Now, you might wonder why I'm carrying a key tool because I only have one usable key. It's in case I find more keys, I can stuff it in there and not waste any more space. I'm going to use that one space no matter what because the key would take up one space as well. But if I get more keys, I can just stuff it in here and I'm going to make it out with that. Which is why I do it that way. All right, let's see where we are at with our ammo. I have a feeling we're going to have to buy. All I need is 60 rounds backup. Looks like we're going to have that. All right. All right, so this is kind of like a wood setup, I'd say. So we've got our armor, we've got our bag. We do need to ensure this. Let's see where our ergonomics is with the mag. So it's above 60, so that's good enough. If this gun does well for us, we'll reward it. If it doesn't, we'll die, and, you know, then that's a moot point, but... Okay, so we'll ensure that. Gonna cost me 7,000. Alrighty. I'm fairly certain we're good to go, so we're gonna go to woods now. As that's one of the ones where, now that we got a few kills on Shoreline, this is gonna be the one where we're tied for last. It's interchange in woods now, so... woods... I'm tempted to go in the middle of the night. I really am. We could do a fun run. I've kind of thought about doing that. Well, let's just double check. It's good to double check your gear and make sure it's not going to be a problem for you. I've kind of learned that. So we're just going to do a little bit of a test run real quick, and that'll waste some time. Because I had a M4 setup with this site before, and I noticed when my ergonomics was lower, that it took a long time for the site to be brought up. So I want to make sure that I'm not at a point where that's a problem. That's why I'm not using the 60 round mags, because the 60 round mags are like double the ergonomic penalty. Yeah, so that's pretty quick. And then it's 1 power, 4 power. 1 power, 4 power. So we've got close range set up, and then we've got a potential for long range. 4 power isn't going to be necessarily the best sniping potential for us, but it can work. All right, guys. I hope you guys are ready for the middle of the night run. Because if I want to do sniping on this map, and I don't want players to bug me, that's what I'm going to have to do. Because I don't want to get murdered in PvP on woods. I just want to get in there, I want to get my scav kills, and I want to get out. So woods, 2 o'clock. Double check our stuff. We got all our armor, we got our mags, we got our ammo, we got our bag, we got medicals, baseline, so we've got splints, painkillers, and heals plus bandage. Alright. Notice the player population is a lot lower. Now granted, these are people that are looking for groups, so that doesn't necessarily say what the player population is like, but if we spend a really long time on this map, it will eventually become daylight. Granted, 2 o'clock is probably not. Because this is the map, although it's a big map, it has a pretty short time limit on it. And I think the reason why they do that is they're actually trying to force the people that want to be on this map sniping to move, you know? Because if all you do is just sit up on a rock and snipe for 45 minutes, yeah, you know, I'm gonna guess that's why, because it doesn't make sense from the size of the map why the time limit's so low. Oh, it's raining. F. That's bad. So why is it a problem? Well, at the nighttime you can see okay if you've got moonlight and starlight giving you some light. When it's overcast and raining, it's gonna be pitch black. So I should have looked at the weather before I went on this map. And it's too late for me to back out because I'm now in queue and waiting for players. I've already loaded the map. So at this point, if I alt F forward, my guy would still be in the raid. At least I think that's how that works. Now, if we have to wait a long time for the players, it actually benefits me because time goes by whether you're in the raid or not. It's not like they go, okay, well, you're going into this instance. We're going to freeze time for you. No, that clock ticks regardless of whether you get in. So if you're in a queue for a long time, a lot of time can pass. You really do have to take that into account when you play this game. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to get in and it's 7 p.m. and I'll have a few hours of daylight that I can use. Yeah, but if you're sitting in that, if you dilly-dally getting in and like if you sit on the insurance screen for a long time and you dilly-dally getting in and then you are in the queue for a long time, it could very easily be 8 p.m. or later by the time you actually get into the match. So that's something to keep in mind with this game. So that was actually a good thing, though, that we didn't have a lot of players. Well, I mean, that we waited as long as we did, because that means there's possibly no players or very few players in the map with us, which is actually what we want, because we want to just sit somewhere and we want to snipe, and we don't want to really worry about having to move position a lot, because we can't really take benefits of a sniping position if we can only really kill one scav and then we have to run away, you know? Oh, we're right by the scav house. Okay, so I'm going to try and get into a position where we can snipe. I really hope. It doesn't seem like the light is too bad, at least not for me it isn't. If it is bad for you guys, I really do apologize. I cannot use night vision with this helmet set up, so... So I'm going to go into the ZB-14 bunker, which is right here. There's going to be a light in here, so you guys should be able to see once we get down in there. There's a couple things I can loot. Power cola, in case we get thirsty when we're sniping. Junk. More thirsty drinks. Tempted to pick up that BT, but it's only 10 rounds. Not really worth filling up an inventory slot. Haha. Thank you, game. Thank you for that. Big weapon box is completely empty. It's behind a key that you need. Completely empty. Some of the best looting. Alright, well, you guys can be the judge. I can see pretty well. You guys can be the judge of how you think the light is for you. If I was more of a professional, I would know how to adjust your guys' lighting. Not mine, because that is not something you can do in this game. And I'm pretty sure you would be caught for cheating if you did it. Now, the question is the light going to be good enough for me to do long-range sniping? Because if it is not, that is a problem. And it's starting to rain harder, which means that my likelihood of being able to see is starting to drop. Yeah, I just see a black void out there. We'll give it a try, but I have a feeling that I chose the wrong time to come in. Yeah, I can't see anything. So we're screwed. We have a combination of rain, fog, and it's dark, so I can't see anything. If it was just dark, I'd probably be able to see enough to snipe, but the fact that we've got all three, I can barely see now. So I'm actually not sure what to do here, because at this point I have to be really close to scabs to be able to kill them. And the only place I can think of to go is like the most dangerous parts of the map. So the likelihood I get killed here is like so high, I don't think it's worth it. And we have no guarantee how long this rain's gonna last, and how long the fog is gonna last, and all that nonsense. So, I really do apologize, guys, but it is what it is. So there's gonna be a scav here. And if you can't see what I'm pointing at, I apologize yet again. But, yeah, there's like a little trailer here. I think I see a scav. No, it's just a light. So they can patrol in this area. I have a feeling I'm not going to see him until I'm right on top of them, though. Well, if anything, I can loot and maybe come out with something in this raid, even if it's not some scab kills. Ideally, the time I want to come in is just at dawn, because I get the daylight. Ooh, something I have never identified. Let's see what it is. It looks like a pistol slide. That item that I got, the suppressor, is worth enough that it's worth losing my medicals. Or having the potential of losing my medicals. I still have a quest to loot, though. Or level up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a look at that here in a second. So I need to level up my charisma. So I'm more than halfway there, but it takes a long time to level this stuff up. You have to loot and loot and loot and loot and loot. These filing cabinets are really the best way to do that, too, because there's a lot of containers that you're opening, a lot of potential for stuff. Because there's two skills you have to do to level that up. And one skill you get by finding things, like this smoke grenade, which we're just going to toss over there. Yeah, so you get that leveled up by finding items and picking them up. The other one is actually searching containers, I believe. I could be mistaken on that one. But, or it's maybe searching the items in the case. I don't know. But the more things you search, I think the better off you are. It might be your searching skill that is the actual container. Oh, so this is the marked circle, which I cannot really even make out. least I'm fairly certain it is, because there's the jacket. If there's something here, I can't see it. No. Well, that was a really crappy drop for this. This is like a rare drop. They can like spawn a whole bunch of things. Pretty much anything in the game. And it decided to spawn a thing of like Chex Mix and a packet of sugar. Wow. Amazing. Alright, there's like a little cabin off in the woods. It might be hard for me to find it in the dark. I'm almost wondering if I should even bother. It has the potential to have scabs at it. And it's a little isolated. There may be one or two. But you're not usually going to have, like, much more than that. But, so it's manageable. It's going to be hard to find it because I can't really see very far with this rain. I think I see it now. Problem is the scabs like to patrol the area, so again, I might not see them until they're right on top of me. Trying to look around for any shapes in the darkness. There's a dead body you can search up against a tree, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find it. Got him. I whiffed a lot there, but we hosed him with bullets. He also helped me by walking into the barbed wire. So there's barbed wire in this area, so I have to be careful because I might not be able to see it. I think we're clear here. So he walked into the barbed wire and then got stuck on it, which helped me because he was completely stationary. Wow, I can't see anything in here. What do we got? We got a... Really sure what that is. And a suppressor. The same kind of suppressor I have on here. What is this? Oh, it's a... red dot? Okay. I don't think I've ever had this red dot before. Let's repack the mag. So yay, we got one kill. I'm gonna have to be careful trying to search his body because I don't want to walk into that barbed wire. There's a box here you can search. Lunchbox. BS ammo. That's good ammo, so I should pick that up. Just drink our Tarkola. Oh, shit. Hey, I'm taking a drink break here, buddy. Relax. Where are you? Where are you? You dropped down? Or did I kill you? Well, there's one way to find out. Woods. Woods. Yeah, I got him. This is something else, isn't it? I can't see anything. You guys probably can't see anything. Great experience for everybody. God, we might as well pack our mags. This is actually working out because we're getting kills. There probably won't be many more than this, but... Alright. I could also potentially just leave at this point. Oh! Never mind about there only being that. So there's another scab out there. Another scab out there somewhere. Unless that's a player. I honestly don't have any clue where he is. Got my leg, so that screams Scav. You know what? Screw that. Screw that whole situation. I have no idea what's shooting at me. It could be a player. Could be a scav. If it's a player, we're going to run away from him in the darkness. If he has night vision, we're screwed. If it's a scav, we'll just break distance from him. It would have been nice to search those bodies, but it's going to take me a while to even find them. Got a little banged up in my chest. Armor got a little dinged up. So definitely I got hit in the chest by something at some point. And if it is a scav, they can aimbot you in the darkness really well. So if you don't have a good idea where they are, you're in trouble. And I was just getting shot at a lot there, so not really a good opportunity. If it was a player, I'm actually surprised you knew I was there. There's something here. Where is it? Playing the game of trying to find a small object. Oh, never mind. It's not a small object. When your pipper turns away like that, you get an idea that you're getting close. You know? So you know something's there. How much hydration does this give me? 20? Okay. Yeah, I say we just get out of this situation. This is kind of a bad situation to be in. It's too dark to really do a whole lot. I'm here to kill scabs, but if they see me, I'm at such a disadvantage with the lighting conditions that we are faced with. No good. We may have a player hunting us. I'm not positive on that, though. I think that was a scab. The only problem with the way I'm going is I may run smack into some scabs, so we're going to probably have to reroute. Some rain. The darkness is actually not bad, typically. It is starting to become dawn. You can just see it on the edge. But it'll take too long, and usually dawn is actually worse than nighttime. Although, in the rain, it might be a slight improvement. We have a couple different options. We could wait a long time and hope the dawn gives us some visibility. What is our timer looking like now? Well, we're at 30 minutes. Just gonna have to keep my eyes peeled in this area because the scabs like to patrol the woods here. And I don't want to run smack into one, so I'm trying to look in all the directions. Because I don't want my indicator that they're there to be them screaming Russian at me. That's usually a bad time. Because that means they've locked onto you. And any engagement you have after that point, if you don't know immediately where they are, is going to be a bad time. Oh yeah, the dawn is really helping. Starting to be able to see quite well. Maybe you guys can't, but for me, I'm starting to be able to see. Oh, speak of the devil. Try and go for his head. Got him. Yeah, that dawn really allowed me to see that guy. I think if we had kept it like nighttime, I'd have been in trouble there. Well, I wouldn't have even seen him, I don't think. I got a bag and a... Ooh, I just punched my microphone. Sorry about that, guys. Lots of drinks. Did he have anything on his face? No, but he had a helmet, which we totally destroyed. Get moving. So what we got? 3 at this point? That's not bad considering the light conditions. The one thing though, if I get out of the raid, I could go right back into another one. And it would definitely be dawn at that point. So I think we get out of here. Hey, Pug. Oh, good. This extract is open too, so it won't be long. I didn't ask. How did your guys' Dota go? Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. Okay, good, good. We'll probably drink one of our drinks. Because they're not worth a whole lot, but they will give me some experience. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. So in other words, what you're saying is you lost. Well, the important thing there, it was fun. And I'm glad you had fun. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. We got, whoa, all headshots. I would say that I did that on purpose, but only one of them was really on purpose. Yeah, I think for most people, they would prefer a balanced match. Like, that's the same. I'd say that's true for me, too. Because if you really stomp an opponent, I'm sure there's people that get off on that, but for me, it's not, you know, it's more fun than getting stomped, but it can get old if all you do is, you know, stomp people. You also kind of feel a little bad. But a balanced match, like when it's close, that's when you have a lot of fun, in my opinion. I think most people feel that way as well. And again, and unless you're one of those people that gets off on destroying people. All right, I'm just going to try and dump stuff here. Might not be able to get away with selling nothing here. What I'll do, make room so I can sell the gun. We're selling that to Peacekeepers so we can get dollars because we are spending a lot of money to do this quest and ammo. No. Hit the wrong keybind. Didn't want to throw that one away. So I think that's going to be the main thing that we just have to throw aside for the moment. Everything else, I can just chuck in here and worry about it another time. I'm going to have to worry about my medicals a little bit more because this medical is like a half used, not quite, but it's enough used that we probably should sell it and get something that has a little bit more life in it. And then I'm just going to have to top off my ammo here. I should have enough rounds to do that. This, and just top this one off and put it back. Alrighty. The BS ammo we're just going to throw in here. We'll sort it later. Throw that there. Throw that there. Throw that there. Throw that there. Okay, so we cleared out our inventory. We just need medicals. So, do I have loose medicals anywhere? Don't think so. So I'm gonna have to go reaching in a thing. Find one. There we go. Is that what we'll do? Yeah. I'll worry about my inventory a little bit later. I don't really want to dilly-dally here, so. Because I think the time is right to get what we want out of this. So we got 3 kills, so we're at 9, I think. Yeah, 452. That's perfect. So that's what we want. Because there should still be not a whole lot of players, but it's just at dawn. Took a little damage to our armor, but I don't think it's necessarily worth repairing, and I don't want to waste any more time here. Now, if it's rain and fogging, the rain's not as much of a problem, but the fog really is. If it's fog really bad, sniping becomes like really difficult to do just because you can't really see a whole lot long range. And sometimes the rain and the fog come together. We've actually had, I mean, I did die on my first run, but it went all right. I just got unlucky. I got aimbotted by a scab with a good gun. And I tried to get into cover, but didn't jump over a fence I needed to jump over. So that's pretty much what happened with that. So it happens. That run went all right, but it was a lot of being in the dark and not really knowing what was going on, though. So again, like, the reason why I hurried there is we have to take into account me being in the queue. So it was, like, just about to be 5 in the morning. By the time I get into the queue, look in the... Oh, wait, you can't see it. I'll let you know what it says. In the lower left corner, it will say what time of day it is. And it will only say that at the beginning of the raid, so you really do need to pay attention to that if a time is, like, an important thing to you. Because there are some quests that actually do require certain time periods. But I'll try and focus on that and let you guys know what time it is, just so you guys can get an idea. Because it was like 4:50 something when I hit go, and we'll see what time it is once it actually, once we actually get in. And then once you get to about 6 a.m., the light is out. So if you get to 6 a.m., you're if you're looking to avoid players, you're too late. Because then they'll start trickling in because it's daylight and they don't mind. Dark, most people don't want to play in, but... So if it's 5 something, we're probably fine. But if it's 6 something, which it won't be, but that's why I think it's important sometimes for you to, like, kind of like, if time is important to you. And to me it is, because if I'm looking to do something like this where I just want to kill scavs, running into players doesn't really help me. So it is 5:11. So we wasted, like, I don't know, let's say 15 minutes waiting in queue. So it's still dawn time and it's hard to see, but that will clear up pretty fast. So, wow, I cannot see a damn thing. Let's go to where we have a reference point and just go. So do you guys only do one match then? And the time? I know Dota takes a long time, so that it makes sense. I'd say that's probably, like, you know... This game's no different. Runs can take a long time. I think, like, if you're doing this game right, runs can take a long time. If you're not doing this game right, you're dying within the first 5 minutes, or you're just hitting something and running out. I think... When it comes down to it, that's not really the way that you're supposed to play, and it's not really a way that will get you much profit. You profit the most the longer you're in a raid. Our ideal situation, we have 45 minutes. Our ideal situation is we don't look for an extract until we're at, like, under 10 minutes. So we'll have 35 minutes of either setting up to do something or actually doing something. But, you know, again, I understand people's sentiment of why they want to rush into places and do certain things, because the cool loot, if somebody else comes in and gets the cool loot, you're left with nothing. And then you run to the cool loot, and oh, it's gone! Oh, no! Well, there's cool loot all around. Sometimes the coolest loot, yeah, that's the problem. But if you know, if you're not too picky... Oh, hello. Bad boy. Don't scare me like that with your Russian talk. We went up inside him. I'm glad he didn't snap shoot me because he had a Mosin and would have killed me. Now, do you have anything on your face? I didn't really pay attention. No. I'm still looking for respirators, so we got to check that kind of stuff. Let's just go ahead and reload, even though I only fired a few rounds there. know what? Because I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 rounds. I should have done that as the count. I'm not sure I would do a very good impression, though. Where is it? I hear the Russian speak. Where is he? Might be above me. Might be this. I think that's just a fern, but I think he's up on this rock above me. So that's sniper scab then. We'll try and like come around and see if we can get a shot on him. The only thing tricky about him, walking to barbed wire. There he is. Come on. Got him. I don't think he's gonna fall down, so we can't loot him. Alright, let's switch back to our closer in sight. Just took my time with that shot because I didn't want to mess it up, because return fire from that guy with a Mos and he might kill me in one shot. So that's 2 down. We were at 9, so we only need 3. So 1 more will do it, I think. Unless my count is off. And if that's the case, we'll... feel like I heard a shot off in the distance. We do have another player in this raid. Reload and top off. So there's a possibility somebody's going to snipe me. Ideally, that's not what happens, but... Oop, misjudged that jump. Alright. Fog's out a little bit, but the lighting conditions are a little better. We might want to dial up our sight to like 100 meters. I think it's a little too dark at the moment. But we'll be patient. I lay down. Not letting me because I'm where I am on the rock. We could go up there. Might be able to lay down here. Come on, lay down. There we go. Oh, I see movement. Right in behind that log. When I zoomed in, I lost him in the fog. But he's in there somewhere, so we'll just be patient. I don't have any drinks, so... Once the fog and the light comes in, we'll probably be able to see into the camp itself, too. Which will help us get more kills. Just scanning the area a little bit. probably just gonna have to be patient here. Sniping is a game of patience. But I definitely saw movement. Right about here-ish. The guy was going towards this log pile. He may still be behind it. Either that, or he went behind the log pile and then went down the hill and is over by these little bunkhouses. If that's the case, I'm not going to be able to see him from here until he goes either back up the hill or what have you. Scavs will patrol all around this area. They'll patrol in the camp proper, like in around this area, but I can't really see that area very well because of how foggy it is. They'll patrol on this road that we can just see, like right here. They'll patrol up and down this road. They'll hang out around this truck, the log piles. That made me jump a little bit. So that was another player sniping me. Which was what I was afraid of. That's why we went the time period we did. So unfortunately, we weren't seeing the scabs, even though I knew they were there. And another player was just... Because that's an obvious place to check. That's kind of why I didn't want to lay down there, because I was afraid we'd just be sitting there and somebody would pop us. So we're one scab away from getting that objective. That sucks. We'll have to see if the guy loots me or not. If he does, that really sucks, but... I knew that there was a possibility that happens. It's one of the reasons why I don't like woods. Because the only way to really get the kills is to snipe. But if you go to snipe, there's only a few places that really work, and they're really obvious places. So other people that are there to snipe and do PvP will check those places and kill you. So it's unfortunate, but it happens. If we had gotten one kill, I would have probably left, but... Well, that's a bummer. And I'm out of M4s. We're getting close to the end of the stream here anyway, so what I'm going to do... Something that I kind of wanted to do, if things went badly, which I wouldn't say they did. I definitely have a lot of inventory management to do, which may hurt me in doing what I want to do here, but we'll do what we can. I'm going to have to do a little bit of setup anyway, because I have to find the things that I need. Medicals are fine. But we're just going to do, like, a fun horde mode. Little run. And I'm going to bring this gun in, which I have all modded up. And then we want good armor. That's the best armor I have. This is the best helmet I have. Technically, this is the best helmet I have, but I don't have, like, the face shield yet, so I'm kind of waiting on that. I can get that through request, so... I don't know. I'm trying to think of what I should have done differently with that run. And I think the answer was maybe change up what I was thinking about doing, but... Alright, so... This is going to be really annoying to me because I have to remove all this junk. I guess we can take the grenades just for fun. As a matter of fact, we can just keep them in the rig, I guess. But none of this stuff is for the gun that we have. We're going to need to get ammoed up, magged up. The only problem is I don't know how many 73 rounders I have. And then I also have to find more mags on top of all this, so... I'm gonna have to go through, like, just about all of my bags to look for mags. AK-12 is 545, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so no to that. No to that. No there. Already checked that one. No. I can pick up more grenades, but... Yeah, what the hell. Pick up more grenades. No. Yes. X. 1, 2. I'd kind of originally planned to do these with these big 40 round mags, but It actually will work better with this one because it's going to have more of these drums. Which, to me, sounds more fun. The only thing is I don't know how many of these drums I have. I may just have the 2. I could have more than that. I don't really remember. Yeah, there's another one. There's a mag there. And I think these 2 are 7.62 by 39. Yeah, they are. We'll go with the black one. Okay, so we got full up mags. We just need to fill them full of ammo. Need a place to put this mag so I can remove the other mag. So we'll put that there for now. We'll hit unload. And we'll top this thing off with a bunch of ammo, which I have quite a lot of. You have to remember which thing it's in. Okay, so 60 there, 60 there. I'm not going to worry about having extra ammo and repacking mags. I figure if we have to repack mags, we've done something wrong. Okie dokie. We are ready to go. Oh, not quite. We have to put 1 round in the chamber. That's 1 round we won't get back if we don't put it in there, right? Boom. That would be the round that matters the most. Okay, so let's go through. We've got 4 30 rounders, 3 73 rounders. We got 4 grenades. We don't have a backpack, but we don't need one. We've got an armored rig, and we've got an body armor. We've got a helmet with good armor as well. I think we're more or less ready to go, rock and roll. So, we're just going to do an offline horde mode. So what this is going to entail is just like an absolute ton of scabs. But if we die, we won't lose anything, so just for fun. So enable PvP. AI difficulty as online is fine. But we're going to do... I thought there was a horde mode. Scav Wars, the scabs kill each other. Tagged and cursed, I don't know what that is. Enable bosses. I'm not sure I really need that. I think you just probably do... Oh, there you go. Horde. You just have to scroll down. Okay. So... AI difficulty as online. Enable PvE. AI mount horde, so there should be an absolute wave of them. One thing I would say, it says as online. I think when you do offline mode, even though it says as online, they tend to be more aimbotty. So we may die real fast here. But it's all in good fun. That's the idea. We're going to have a little bit of setup. Hopefully they've spawned me in a place that I can set my gun up. Because I don't know if it's set to full auto, which we definitely need it to be for maximum rock and roll. And then we just need to turn on our laser. Well, they spawned me right out in the open. Alright, we're gonna have to be mindful because this is horde mode. Whoa! That didn't last long. One more go, one more go. We only killed 2 of them. Let's try again. Horde mode might be a little too much because I think it's like way too many. And it was also tanking my, like I was having horrible frame rate. It was like tanking everything. So it could have just been lag and stuff. So we'll do another run in the factory. But this time, rather than put it on horde mode, because I think that's just a little bit too much, we're going to put it on high. High. All right. I also should have hip fired more than I did. I was trying to use my sights, which is silly. Good, they gave me a little bit more of a breather, too. There we go. What, kitty cat? I'm fighting scabs, kitty cat. Not their snack time yet, but she's gonna bug me nonetheless. Their snack time is at 2, but sometimes they like to bug me a little early. Die! Here, one running. How are we doing? Less than half? Alright. We still have a decent number, though. Less than half, because less than half of 73 is still a lot. Alright, that's our first mounted body. Whoa! Kind of overkilled him, but he pissed me off. Let's reload. You see, here we at least have room to, like, breathe and, like, med up if in case we need to. Because, let's see, he didn't hit me hard because of the armor. As a matter of fact, he didn't even do damage to my armor. So somehow he did damage to me without really doing damage to the armor. Yeah, see, we're not even using the sights. And I did, I think, reload? Yeah, we dumped that mag, which is fine. It's not completely used up, but as far as I'm concerned, it is. Oh, guy coming. Got him. Hear another one coming. Let's come to them. I don't like that spot because they can come at me at multiple angles, which is kind of bad. Man, my cat's gonna be super annoying. Once they get into that mode of I want food, give me food, give me food, she's just gonna dance around me and annoy the crap out of me. Anyone that has cats kind of knows what I'm talking about with that. When cats want to be annoying, they don't let up. There's one off to my left. We're gonna kind of like hold up in this area because it's kind of like a good choke point for us. We need to, we can go in that box and heal. As long as they don't rush us too much. If they rush us too much, it's gonna be a problem. I get the feeling they're not coming to me.
Damn, I'm tired of this walking.
Indeed, I am tired of this walking. Kind of afraid to like peek here, because I think the guy's down here, but I'm afraid he's just gonna pop my head off. Alright, let's go down. We're supposed to be rocking and rolling, and the scabs are not complying with me right now. They will spawn in over time too, so they will be coming. Oh, there's a lag spike. So we need to get back to our ready position. Maybe go through the hallway here. Where are you, Scabs? I know you're here. Oh. I think I saw movement. There he is. Got him. Now Scabs will start running to that noise. Problem is they can hit me from a few different angles here. On these stairs. Oh. Did you hear my gunshots? There you are. How are we doing on the mag? Less than half. Oh. Let's go up the stair there. What was that? That weapon mod? Thought it might have been a wedge of cheese out of the corner of my eye there. See him? Let's do for you. Oh! I'm below. I'm out. Cut it out! Come here. Oh, another one back there. Let's go to our hidey hole. Oh! Go in the door. Other one's coming. Hello there. We're just having a little bit of a wave. Ah! Aye! There's more. Let's just go into the in here. Oh! Oh, we're out. Pitch. Okay, we're gonna have to be a little bit more conservative because we don't have the big drums. Where are you? Where are you? They're all around me right now. Oh. New bag. Another one's coming. I can hear them all around me. I don't know how we're doing on ammo. We're probably running out. Let's see if we can extract. I think this is the point where we'd go, okay, we've killed enough scabs. There's definitely going to be scabs. Oh, they're not really challenging me. Alright. Oh, I forgot about my grenades. We gotta check a few. E-grenade! Suck on that. I don't think there's any scabs over there, but what the hell? Yay! Let's see how many we killed. What's going on, kitty? Come here. Come here. I see you dancing around. Come here. No, you'll grab me. Alright, how many do we get? 16. That's not too bad. Oh, we got one with a grenade! Yay! That was just a random grenade, but it got him. She just walked up to me and went, meow! And then walked away. It's close to their time. I feed them their snack at 2 o'clock. Usually speaking, they don't really bug me too much, but... Alright. So, that was just a little bit of a fun little run there to round out the stream after getting killed a couple times. Come here. And now I gotta pull all this junk back.